Hey ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're doing well today. Hopefully there won't be too many interruptions here. I hate making my videos when there are interruptions, to be honest with you, but you know, it is what it is, right? So sometimes they happen and I guess it's okay, especially if it's a longer video, right? Anyways, it's really nice outside. It's like raining today, but I like the rain. Um, you know, it's good for the weather, right? It's good for nature. Like us, right? We're made up of mostly water, so nature needs water too. Everything around us was getting really dry, you know. So now it's nice that it's raining a lot. Plus, we can also start picking mushrooms too, which I love doing, by the way. Although I don't know all the types of mushrooms, and sometimes I get kind of scared because I don't want to eat the wrong mushroom, you know? And especially because I'm with my kid, you know, so I have to be like extra cautious about the mushrooms that I'm actually picking or finding. So, speaking of the topic of this video, right? This topic is the power of detachment, okay? And it is easy to say, right? But it's often not easy to do, right? To detach from things, right? And we'll discuss the different things that you should detach from, because detaching from certain people, outcomes, or even maybe jobs, right? Maybe you're applying for work and I don't know, maybe you want to work for a certain company, right? So detaching from that, or from the outcome, or from, I don't know, and maybe you really want to hear from a certain company, right? But and you applied, right? And so getting attached, overly attached to anything is really, it usually ends in it doesn't end well, okay? And the reason why it doesn't end well is because, well, I will discuss it here with you, okay? We'll discuss detachment when it comes to several different things, right? Mostly when it comes to relationships, when it comes to work, and when it comes to certain outcomes that you want to get, okay? So by detaching, in most cases, it's, what is detachment, right? It's taking your emotions out of it, you know, out of something, right? Because human beings are emotional beings, right? And if you've experienced like trauma in the past, right, it becomes very easy for you to actually get attached to something that's not going to serve you in the long run, okay? And so detaching from things actually requires requires for you to be confident, okay? It requires for you to know yourself. It requires for you to even know your own value, okay? Because when it comes to relationships, for example, right? You, a person that values themselves, a person that knows their own worth, right? They're not going to jump into a relationship with just about anyone, right? So they're going to take the time, right? And therefore they're going to detach from another person while they're getting to know them, okay? And it's not always easy, right? But I believe detachment has a lot to do with your thoughts too, okay? So in your own mind, for example, if you're with another person, right? Or you just started seeing someone new, right? In your own head, you can say, okay, I'm just getting to know this person, okay? He seems okay, right? I like him, but I still don't know anything about him, you know? So in other words, in your own head, you should have this kind of a dialogue going, and your thoughts will actually keep you detached, okay? Although, of course, I will tell you this too, right? If you're consistently seeing another person, right, then this togetherness will make it harder to detach yourself from, especially emotionally, from another person. So if you're seeing someone all the time, right, if you're you know, if you're interacting with them all the time, then detaching will get more difficult, okay? Because we're all human, right? We have emotions, and some of us are more emotional, while some of us are less emotional. So the more emotional people will probably start getting attached anyway. So I think detachment also requires for you, when it comes to relationships, it requires for you to not see that person that much, okay, while getting to know them, okay? So that's another key, I think. So your thoughts, right, matter, okay? So your thoughts should be more balanced, okay? Instead of, oh my goodness, you know, this person is so great, right? Like, I want a relationship with him, you know, because he's so special, right? And basically you start idolizing this person in your own head. You start making her or him seem like you're putting them on a pedestal, right? And you're not seeing the real person in front of you, right? You're not trying to get to know them because you already idolize them. To you, you just saw the physical, right? And you just decided to, I don't know, create whatever picture in your head of them, right? Maybe they come off a certain way, right? Maybe, I don't know, they don't look like a teacher, right? Or they don't, I don't know. I mean, maybe they seem a certain way, right? So they, you can misinterpret them if you don't get to know them, right? Based on their image, right? Maybe they have a completely different image from what they actually are. Maybe they're athletic, but deep inside they're actually like very studious, right? And they're a little bit of a geek even, right? And so this image of so just don't just use the image, right? And then you know, not get to know the other person, basically, right? Because in most cases, guys, okay, unfortunately, the unfortunate truth is, right, and especially because we're not living in the godly world, and most people, I would say, they are or their actions don't align with who they are deep down, okay? And I think most of us, while deep down we are good, right? Most of us, I didn't say all of us, right? But deep down, most of us are good, but our actions are not so good, okay? So, and a lot of us do get caught up in this worldly, ungodly world, right? And so, this because of this, we're going to meet people that are not really good for us for the most part, okay? And so usually what I discovered, or what I found out after getting to know men, right, is that I didn't like any of them, okay? Not, yeah, the physical was there, yeah. You know, the physical was definitely there, right? Physically, they were very attractive. They had great bodies, right? In fact, they looked perfect on paper, right? They had great jobs, and everything seemed to check out on paper. But once I've gotten to know them, they, as friends, especially as friends, right? And of course, I detached, right, from getting my feelings involved. You also don't want to jump into bed with anyone right away, right? Because sex attaches you, right? So, you know, for women especially, right? Because women supposedly release a lot more oxytocin, right? Which is a bonding hormone. So we attach greatly, like we attach even more after sex, okay? And so this will in turn cloud our judgment about this person and about who they are underneath the facade, right? Underneath the image. And so we might get involved with the person who is a toxic person, who is not a good person, who will be very damaging to our soul, to our essence, to everything, right? To our lives, to our energy, right? And so yeah, of course, it doesn't only happen with women, it can happen to men too. Although supposedly men do not get as attached as fast, although men, according to science, fall in love faster than women, okay? So that's quite interesting. I don't know. I really do think that it is such an individual thing, you know. So but maybe biology does play a part in it too. So, but anyway, so when it comes to detachment, right? The reason why you want to detach in relationships is because you want to, first of all, if you don't detach and if you become overly attached to someone right away, you're sending out the wrong signal too. You're sending out a desperate signal, right? So you're gonna come off as desperate, someone who doesn't, and a desperate person usually, desperation reeks of low confidence, right? Desperation reeks of someone who doesn't value themselves and someone who doesn't think that they're all that, right? And someone who basically is not a good partner in turn, right? You don't want to be in a relationship with a desperate person because they're going to make your life a living hell, basically, right? They're going to be jealous. They're not gonna give you the freedom or the space to do your own things, right? And they're going to be very, very difficult to deal with in relationships. They're in the end, they're just gonna like, they're going to mentally like they will create mental chaos in your life, physical chaos too, right? And so it's not going to be easy to be with that person, okay? It's going to be very difficult, okay? And so it's going to add work to your life. If you're already working, right? If you have a lot of things going on, they're going to be like an extra task to handle in terms of energy too. So you're going to lose a lot of your energy just trying to settle them, trying to make them feel better, trying to comfort them, trying to reassure them, right? And so that's very difficult, and really it's not. I don't think any one of us like. I don't think any single one of us wants this, really, you know. Although a lot of us do still get that, right? Anyway, so yeah, in relationships you want to detach. You don't want to come off as someone who is desperate, and you want to show that you are a valuable person, and that you do respect yourself, and that you are picky. You are picky, and the reason why you're picky is because you know how important it is to have someone in your life who is just as good as you are, who is just as quality as you are, because then they will be adding to your life. They're not going to be subtracting from your life, right? And so knowing your worth, knowing your value is extremely important when it comes to detachment, okay? And that will allow you also to naturally detach, because you know you're valuable, so you want to get to know another person and to see whether they're just as valuable as you are, okay? And so there's that, right? When it comes to like relationships, okay? So when it comes to work, right? The reason why you want to, let's just say you're applying to jobs, right? Let's just say you're looking for work, right? And so you're applying, and maybe you really want to work at a specific company, right? Well, guys, we don't often get whatever we want. We often get whatever is good for us too, right? But not necessarily whatever is good for us, but whatever is going to teach us the most, okay? So, and also we attract what we are at any given moment, right? So we attract something that's in alignment with our own energy, okay? So more often than not, if your energy is bad, you're not gonna attract what you want. You're gonna attract what you are, right? What your energy is like. So you're going to attract that energetic match, okay, to you. So always remember that, right? So if you want something great, then you have to work on your energy first, and then you can attract something that's great, right? Energetically speaking. So, but when it comes to work, you want to detach from the outcome. You want to detach from, if you don't have something yet, right? If it's not in your hands yet, then detach from that. Because if you attach to the outcome of getting a specific job, for example, maybe it took you a long time to apply to it, right? And then when you're not hearing back from them, then you're going to become very disappointed if you didn't detach from the outcome, okay, of applying for that job, or of hearing from them, right? And so when it comes to work, right, just apply, okay, and once again use your thoughts to detach from that situation. So say to yourself something like, okay, I'm going to I applied, I did the best that I could. I think I'm a great candidate. I think I will get the job, you know. I feel that I will, but if I don't, then it's not meant for me, you know. So, and it's okay, right? Also, just remember, right, the things that are meant to be in our lives, they will be in our lives, okay? And the things that are not, the things that are we're trying too hard to get, right? If it's taking you, if you have to work extremely hard for something, right? Be it to be with another person or to get into a certain field, then it's probably not meant for you, right? If the doors are constantly closing, you know, if something always happens, right? Like no matter what you do, then God is probably trying to protect you from that situation too, okay? And you're really not meant to be in it. So really check yourself and ask yourself, am I really going with my heart here, or am I going with my ego? Am I just trying to just create this beautiful image, this polished image that everyone is going to accept and everyone is going to probably like, everyone fake? That's probably not meant for us anyways, right? Or am I truly doing this for myself, you know, and out of my heart, or am I doing this just to create a certain image, right, and out of my ego? So guys, just remember, the things that we're going to be doing that come from our ego, they're not going to be good for our soul. They're not authentic. They're not coming from our heart. So in other words, they're going to harm us, right? And God is going to do everything in his power to... Oh, another cat. Hi. There you go, another distraction. Cats, man. Okay. Um, so when it comes to work, right, try to detach yourself from applying for the job. You applied, right, and then just detach, because just tell to yourself, okay, if it's not going to be, if it's not for me, then I'm not going to get it, and that's okay, right? I did the best that I could. I applied, and so be it, right? And now I'm just gonna, you know, whatever happens is for my highest good. Okay, so that's what you should tell yourself, and then that's it, you know. And then just wait, you know. And if it doesn't happen, then okay, you'll be okay, right? If it does happen, then great, you know, even better, right? So when it comes to certain outcomes, okay, so this can apply to certain outcomes too, okay? So, I don't know, it can apply to looking at different situations, right? So sometimes we look at situations as all bad or all good, right? So when something happens, you think, oh darn, that's terrible, right? And I feel terrible about this, and this shouldn't be happening, right? And or wow, this is so amazing, it's awesome, you know, we get overly excited. So basically, guys, you have to remember to keep this balance in everything, right? So when you don't have that balance, right, when you overly when you place all of your emotions into something, right? So like, let's just say something happens and you're saying it's terrible, right? And you're basically, what you're doing is you're attaching to this bad, what you labeled something as bad, right? And therefore your emotions are also going to be impacted, and so you're going to start feeling bad, right? If you don't label this outcome or this situation as bad or good, okay, then your emotions are also not going to be impacted, okay? So, and therefore your day is probably not going to be ruined, right? And so I think this can apply in this case too, you know, the detachment, right? Like detaching from labeling something as all good or all bad, right? Because nothing is really all bad or all good, right? Things are usually, it's what we look at them as, right? Like, for example, right, in certain countries, sometimes death is viewed as, is celebrated, right? While in most other countries, it's, I have a fly on my camera. While in most other countries, right, death is mourned, right? And so here, this can apply too, right? It depends how you look at this specific situation, right? there's always a positive and a negative side to things, right? And so it's what we look at, it's what we choose to see, right? But seeing things from neither good and neither an overly bad perspective, I think in most cases this is the way to go, and this is the way to keep your emotions in check and to keep them balanced, and to not and to detach, therefore to detach too. Okay, anyways guys, I hope you found this I hope you found this video helpful. Okay, please feel free to check out some of my video courses when it comes to health and fitness. Okay, they're amazing. Also, I'm trying to raise funds for a children's positivity book. Okay, please feel free to go to GoFundMe or follow the link that I have in my description and to donate. Everything helps, and thank you so much guys, and may God bless you all. Thank you for watching my videos. Again, stay tuned for more. Bye.